Okay. On my huge pleasure, in the new shows in Denim and Leather Podcast, we have Mr. Miljenko Matijevic from the mighty Steelheart, from the band, legendary band from the 90s and maybe late 80s. But they have a very close side to my heart because I was a fan since the 90s. Back in the late 90s, I became a fan. Thank you, Miljenko, for accepting the offer to come to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. And my pleasure.
I'm a really big fan of yours, and I know some of the history. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more that I don't know about the early life and the beginnings of the music for you. How did you start in music?
Ooh, you got 3 days. Well, let me see. You know, we left Croatia when I was 5, and came to the United States. And believe it or not, I started off singing the country songs, Johnny Cash, John Denver, and all the country stuff. And because that's my father was into, you know. And of course, I didn't speak the language yet and all of that good stuff. So that's how I started. I started with just learning phonetically how to sing all that stuff, and of course going to school. And well, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And then as I got a little older, I would say when I was 11, I heard Robert Plant sing Black Dog, and that was it. It was over. I was just like, that's what I got to do. And so that's where I started the rock and roll side of it. And then I was in a band at 11 years old, 12 years old, 13. And then I joined a pretty semi-big band already signed at 15. And then I was performing in Night Owl, a place called a club in Norwalk, Connecticut. And I think I was 15 or 16, and a producer came to me and said, "Hey, there's a band rehearsing in my studio that I think you should join. The band that you're with now is fantastic, but it was more like a new wave kind of punkish band, which was great. I really enjoyed it. But he said, you really belong in a band like a rock band." And that's when I met Chris and Jimmy, and we started Red Alert. And then we went on a voyage for, I would say 12 years of rehearsing and playing the tri-state area until we finally got signed. So it was, how would I say, an overnight success with, 20 years of work. So basically, in a nutshell, that's how we came together.
Overnight success in the 20 years in the making, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it always works anyway. Everyone thinks it happens overnight, but there's so much involved. What's that? You were already 25, 26 when you made the record and when you became platinum, the first record. I think 27. Yeah, so it was at 27, kind of late, actually. I mean, we were ready way before that. The problem is that we just never, we just didn't connect with the right people, And a great story is that one day I was, I was 26. I think I was 26, and I was having dinner with my parents, and my dad goes to me, "So what are you doing with your life?" That heavy Croatian accent. And I said, Friday, I'm going to Hollywood to become a star. That's what I said to him. And he goes, "Do it." So Friday, I jumped on a plane. I went there. I met a couple of people. Nothing really happened. I mean, I knocked on every door, so to speak. But I did meet this one manager, this producer, and this manager was staying with him because they were working on a project. And so then he came up the stairs from the pool, and he goes, "Hey, you really need to listen to this music, to Mili's music." And Stan goes, no, I have no time for this. I got too many bands. I'm sure you're great. You look great. I can't. I just can't do it. And he goes, you really need to listen to the music. And he finally gave in. He said, all right, I'll tell you what. Here's my address to the New York, my office in New York. Send it to me. I'll have a listen and we'll see what we can do. Well, when I left the apartment there, I went right to FedEx and I sent it FedEx overnight. So when he came to his office in the morning, the next day, it was on his desk, so you had to listen to it. And it was really funny because, back in the day, I'm calling my answering machine to see if anybody called. And he left me a message. I could hear Angel Eyes on the background only at the first chorus. And he goes, you fucking prick. It is that good. Call me immediately. So... yeah, serious, true story. So I gave him a call. I came back on, I believe, Wednesday. I call him. He goes, you got to come into the office. Let's come into the office. I came to the office Thursday with the band. 3 of us came in. Thursday, said, I love the band. I love the project. I want to sign it. I want to make sure that we're working together, verbal agreement. And I said, great, let's do it. Friday afternoon, he calls me. He goes, 5 o'clock Friday, he goes, you're going to be on Universal Records. Have a good weekend. Boom. Overnight. That's how fast, things happen when you're connected with the right people, I guess, So.
Wow.
It was fun stuff. Yeah.
But when did you put the Steelheart name on it? Was it
Steelheart? Yeah. So we were called Red Alert for a while, but what happened is that there's a band called DJ Red Alert. Okay. I mean, a DJ called DJ Red Alert, and he owned the trademark. So when we found out they owned the trademark, we had to change the name. So we were making the record here in Los Angeles, and we were at Barney's Beanery, all having lunch to my manager, the record company, the band, and we're all trying to come up with names, and everybody's just throwing out things, and somebody, somebody said Steel. I said Heart. I was like, that's it, Steelheart. There it is. And it came together like over lunch. So beautiful.
I want to tell you, you influenced a little bit. I have a band, I'm a drummer, and you influenced a little bit with the name because my band's called is Steel Temple. So
Steel Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got Steel Panther, Steel Dragon.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy.
But what are your influences in life, growing up and now maybe?
I mean, growing up was again, like I said, I started out with the country stuff, which I'm really happy that my father, how would I say, directed me that way, But influence would be, I would say, Zeppelin, Bad Company, Deep Purple, Van Halen, that really influenced me back in that day. Today, I mean, it is just a variety right now. I love music, period. I don't care what it is, as long as it's done from the heart, from the soul. I enjoy it. I find myself, when I'm by myself, I listen to really deep lounge music because I don't want to hear anybody sing. I don't want to hear myself sing. I just want to take a break. You know what I mean? So, but there's a lot of great bands out there, a lot of talent. I mean, it's just whatever I'm feeling. This is life, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. That's what I listen to.
When your first 2 albums with Steelheart were huge successes, and after some people know, some people don't know about the accident that happened to you, and I remember a video, interview 15-20 years ago. I think I saw it on TV here when you were talking about. I knew about the accident, but I didn't know details, and we were talking about. That you get into your car and drive somewhere and you forget where you're going or something like that. How many years had to pass before before you were completely your own again?
Oh man, I got to tell you, it was years. You know, after the accident, it was weird. Like we were recording the Weight record in London, and I'll never forget it. I had my feet. This was like 4 years after the accident. 4 years,
It was 96. That album was 96, I think, right?
But this is 92. The accident happened, and then 96. The record we're making, and I was in the studio because it was weird, right? Because what happened is when I had the head injury, when you get a head injury like that, you get hit in the head, it's almost a delay response, you know? For me, it was. When I came home, I couldn't even blink. I couldn't blink my eyes. It was so insanely painful because what happens is that your brain swells from a head injury, you know? And basically the brain swells, it gets nowhere to go because the head's, you know, the skull is holding it in, and it's I can't even explain to you the pain. Okay. And anyway, so years later, I have my feet up on the desk at the mixing board, and we just finished dinner, and Kit was mixing the record, and I had my eyes closed, and I mean the most bizarre thing happened. I feel like something picked me up off my chair. I mean, I stood up really fast off my chair, and Kit looks at me and goes, "Whoa, what's going on?" And it was like, holy shit, I just woke up. I'm back into this world again. I feel like I just came back to this world again because I was like, you know, always foggy.
Uh-huh.
And so that was the beginning of a somewhat coming back.
Whoa.
But even after that, it was always for years. I got to tell you, man, I'll have a beer and I forget your name. It's like, what? It's like, what is this? So it took me a long time and a lot of practice, a lot of focus. So, and that's the most difficult thing. And I can say this to people who do have like some head injuries. It is very important. What I started doing is I started writing things down. I made a pad and started writing things down, my actions, and wanted them to remember and to keep triggering my brain and keep working it. And that really helped. And it took me a long time. And now I would say after years later, I'm pretty sharp. Right now I'm on it, but it's taken a long time.
You are 100% back.
Well, I feel good. I feel good. I feel strong. I mean, life has challenged me in certain ways, that how would I say, I guess I stared death in the eyes twice now. I mean, really intense. Even last year I had a really weird thing, just like a crazy, stupid thing. I feel like a lot of that is also, things that is coming through me musically, what I have to say and what I have to share with the world, with the people. And the one thing I can say is I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to do what I do for 35 years is absolutely beyond a gift to me, Not to say I didn't get my ass kicked throughout the years, but I'm here. I am now working on some things that are really amazing. I'm excited to share with the world some of the new stuff I'm working on.
What's a part of the new stuff? You can tell?
Well, we have yeah, sure. I'm doing some other movies. I don't know if you saw the movie Trust and Love that I just did.
No, I didn't see it. But I saw when you were speaking about it. Yeah.
Oh no, it's Trust and Love. So the song Trust and Love. Okay. Let me give you a little backstory. So the song Trust and Love I did during the pandemic. Okay. And what happened at the tail end of the pandemic, what happened is that I just felt there's a song that was coming through me that I needed to do something for the world. A nice happy, how would I say, a message to the world of, hey, there's another way to think, to feel, negotiate, and to be. And so I wrote the song. I had 350 of my fans send in their vocals, and they all sang on the chorus with me. On the iPhone, whether it was professional, whether it was just, just a message.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this song, I focused on Korea, and I did for the unification of the North and South. And what happened is then, and I sang it in Korean, and I sang it in English, and then the song got bigger.
Whoa.
And then I felt like, well, hey, my country went through a hell of a time, so I sang it in Croatian.
Yeah, back in the day.
And then I said, well, Italy's across the channel, might as well sing it in Italian. So I sang it in 10 languages: English, Croatian, Italian, Chinese, Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, Japanese. So anyway, so I did this song. You can find it on Spotify. 5 languages are out. And then the movie came up, and a friend of mine was doing a movie, and it's like, hey, we need some music and some songs. And when they heard Trust and Love, the director heard Trust and Love. He's like, I need the song. I got to have this. Is an amazing song. And then they changed the name of the movie to Trust and Love as well. So that was just released like a week and a half ago. It's not international yet. It's only United States.
Okay.
It'll be international probably by the end of the year. So awesome. It's a fun. I'm acting in the movie, and the theme songs, Trust and Love. So there you go. Now you know Trust and Love.
Can't wait to see it, because I love when some of my rock and roll heroes act in a movie. Like for example, Bon Jovi acted. Dee Snider acted in a movie. I love all those singers.
Right.
And I love it. I want to see it now.
No, that's good. I did all right. Did a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah. You took some acting classes or something?
What's that?
You took some classes in acting or something?
Nah.
Before? No?
Nah, either you got it or you don't, I think. You could do, of course anybody can use a little, but it's not what I do every day.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if I was focused more into it, I'd be okay. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Now when you mentioned it, you're very big. I think in Korea and in Japan and there, they love Steelheart from back in the day, but still, all the time they sing a lot of those voice talent shows. I see a lot of singing from them on She's Gone or Angel Eyes or
Yeah, well I did. Well, so Asia, I started going to Asia when I was 1990. That's where we first started in Japan.
Yeah.
And wow, the song She's Gone is massive in Asia. Korea, it's still the #1 karaoke song since 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that song has been really famous. I lived in Korea for about a year. I was the first international artist to ever do King of Masked Singers. You put a mask on and you sing and you
the masked singer.
Do allow with other singers. Yeah. So I did. I was supposed to do 4 songs. I couldn't learn 4 songs of Korean because you have to sing it in Korean.
Yeah.
And also you got to sing good. You can't you got to enunciate right so people. It's a show. I did 3 songs. I won, but I couldn't win the final because I needed to learn another song.
Yeah.
However, it was amazing. You can see it online if you want. King of Masked Singers in Korea. And it was an amazing experience, a lot of fun. And it worked. It was great.
I will check it out. I know that, for example, Marty Friedman, the guitar player that lives in Japan and has a huge career there, when he went from America there. I know some examples like that. Yeah. But you returned after Korea. Tell me, in the 90s, how did you survive the grunge era with Steelheart? There was an era that was against the hard rock, glam, hard, heavy metal. You know, it was like all about alternative grunge and stuff like that. Did you survive it good until the 2000s, or?
Well, yeah, we went. We just, jumped on a plane and went to Asia.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, well, hey, I'm out of here. I mean, yeah, that grunge thing. There's some great bands that came out of that. Of course,
yeah.
It was. You know what I mean? My favorite, like Soundgarden. You know what I mean? It's great. But it is what it is. Evolution or whatever you want to call it. People change. The thing that I didn't like, that I really was kind of embarrassing, was that, not for me, for everyone, for a business, a music industry, is that they, as soon as the grunge came in, they kind of like put down the 80s and kind of like, oh my God, it was like they laughed at it almost, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was like, really? I mean, the amount of fun, amount of energy, the amount of life, the amount of happiness that happened during the 80s, for those of you who missed it, I promise you missed the most amazing decade, okay? Yeah. Because that was nothing but, I guess, sex, drugs, rock and roll, food, love, everything else.
Yeah, it never returned like that fun like that in decades now, yeah. Yeah, now it's just too complicated. Before, it wasn't complicated. You go, like the musicians, you do a band, you sound good, you get signed, they put you out there, and the world goes, yes or no.
Yeah. And that's it. It's simple as that. And you go on the road.
I'm very happy that you caught you basically caught the last train, 1992, the albums, but went great. The first one went platinum, I think, right?
Yeah, it went platinum, but you know what? If we caught that train a little earlier, I think it would have been a little more, much more exciting. But hey, better late than never.
Yeah. You made it. You did it. So after Asia that you mentioned, you came back to record the movie Rockstar. I grew up with the movie. I mean, I'm not that young. I'm 81. So I was 19 when it came out, but I enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. So, did you had your songs with Steelheart, like demos, singing there, right? It was like that. I mean,
no. What happened is that, the music director, when we were rehearsing, they asked me if I had any music, that I want to contribute to the movie.
Oh yeah.
And I gave him the Wait record, the album that I did in London after my accident.
Yeah.
And that record had "We All Die Young" on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was actually Tammy. And when she heard "We All Die Young," she came back in the morning. She goes, "We want that song." And it's we want that song. So, and that's where that song came into the movie. And that became actually the kind of the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
So, that's how it came together.
Yeah, but you sang on only on one? No, on a few tracks.
No, I sang everything that Mark sings.
Yeah,
so everything? I'm the voice of Mark. Yeah, I'm the voice of Mark.
No, I thought that you combined with Jeff Scott Soto sing, or only you. It's only you.
No.
Okay.
No, he was in a different band in the band. Yeah. He was in a different band in the movie. Everything that Mark sings is me, except for the last song, which the last song in the movie when he goes the acoustic thing is the guy from the Verve Pipe.
Yeah.
But everything else is me. All the hallelujahs in the church, everything.
Yeah, and stand up and shout and everything.
Everything's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying because I wasn't allowed to talk about it. Okay.
Back then? Really?
No, not allowed. Yeah. So basically, it really sucked because we made a major movie, with a major singing movie, and I wasn't allowed to talk about it.
With huge stars like Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston, and it was Yeah. But how many years you weren't allowed to talk about it?
Never.
Really?
Yeah. But now it's everywhere. I mean, everyone knows, so it's not like,
Yeah.
But it's theoretically, That's the Hollywood movie business.
Yeah,
You know?
it was a huge movie, and it still is one of the best musicals. Musicals basically. Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on. I'm actually starting to do some shows now because the 25th anniversary is coming out of the movie.
Yeah.
And starting to do some shows, acoustic and Q&As, and I'm gonna put back together Steel Dragon. So I had it together right before COVID. It was me, Zach Wilde, Matt Sorum, and Jeff Pilson.
You guys gonna play?
And that was right before COVID.
Oh, okay.
And we had a date. It was set. It was going to be the first show and see how it goes. And then, damn it, COVID hit right on the nose.
That has to happen, man. That gotta happen.
Yeah.
You will do it next year?
I feel it will happen. I feel it will happen at some point. Yeah.
With those guys, right?
I hope with those guys, yeah. Or somebody as big.
Wow.
But it would be great to do it, with the original guys. That would be the ultimate way.
Who was on bass? Jeff Pilson, yeah.
So
great.
We'll see.
Great.
As it develops, we'll see how it goes. One step at a time.
I read about. I remember parts of it. That 2010, you sang with a version of 21st century version of Doors, of the Doors with Ray Manzarek and Krieger. How did that happen? I remember that the guy from Cult, Jan Asbury, played also with them.
Yeah.
How did it happen for you to be in it?
Well, what happened is that, so I was looking for a new manager, and my attorney suggested Tom Botorino. And so I had a lunch meeting with Tom, and here in Los Angeles, and he looked at me and he goes, I manage a band, a pretty famous band. They sold about 80 million records, and we're looking for a new singer. And he said, would you be interested in auditioning? And I said, well, who's the band? He goes, well, it's Robbie and Ray, the Doors. I was like, well, of course I'll audition for the band. But the funny part is that, I was always a rock and roll Led Zeppelin, like I said, Deep Purple, Van Halen, always in that scene. So the Doors was a different energy, a different vibe. Like when high school, it was the two, it was Zeppelin, there was the Doors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it took me a minute to fall in, to Jim and to fall into the music. But I will tell you, when I fell into the music and really the spirit of it, it brought me in. And the way any project that I work on, whether it's a movie, whether it's an album, or joining another, like another band, like that, I truly feel you have to be invited in to spiritually, not just doing it for the name or whatever it is. I mean, you have to be chosen. That's the way I feel. And when I did the auditions, I didn't leave the room. We just kept doing song after song after song, and the one that really killed it was Light My Fire. Mm-hmm. So that was the big one for them, because especially Robbie, because on the end, fire, that last note, after I did that, he stops the rehearsal and he goes, no one ever did that right since Jim. That was the best I've ever heard it done. Wow. So I was like, well, thank you very much. I'll take it. And that's what, it was literally, I left and it's like, hey, would you like to join us, for the tours? And we did United States, we did Europe, we did really big shows. It was an awesome experience. I had a lot of time with Ray, because Ray and I took the bus and Robbie flew. So we were able to connect. A lot of great stories, that that Ray shared with me, which honored. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was amazing experience. Robbie is still a very dear friend. We've recorded songs together. I've recorded the last album, the bed tracks, in his studio. And we also filmed the studio scenes for the movie Trust and Love in his studio. And I got him into the movie.
Oh, great.
So we're still very close. And it was history that was for memories to come.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you are part of a huge legacy now in rock and roll history.
Yeah,
it's a amazing experience. What do you think when you mention now millions of records sold and stuff? What do you think about the music industry today? Is there actually an industry, or it's all digital download, streaming and stuff, and Spotify, and I don't know?
Yeah, it's complicated. The thing that gets me, what's difficult is that there's so much noise, meaning everybody can be a rock star now. You know what I mean? It's social media, the TikTok. It's like, depends how either stupid you are or how good you are or how cool you are, whatever it is how many people are watching you and following you. And that is the name of the business today. Okay. It's like, it's not what it used to be. It used to be, you go, you make a record, the record company signs you, you make a record, they promote you, you go on the road, promote the album, and you build the energy and you build, the band and the people like you, voila. Yeah. That's the way it creates. Now, you have to be, you have to be a writer, you have to be a singer, guitar player, yes, producer, director, DP, social media guru, record company, marketing expert, on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's, in one way, it's a different way to expose yourself. In another way, it is so overwhelming. It is so much work to be an artist. It's
taking from the energy of creating, instead of only creating, you're doing other stuff. Yeah.
I cannot tell you, I have a huge team, and I'm telling you, we're still not even hitting that needle. It takes insane amount of time and money, just to be heard, or to be, how can I say, just to get in front of the 14 billion people that are going, hey, look at me, hey, look at this, oh, hey, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, just to be present there, yeah.
Right. So, like Spotify, what is it, 130,000 songs a week or a day? I forgot what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, really? It would be good to, everyone can upload a song,
Yeah.
And it's like, look, I am the first one to tell everyone, sing, good or bad, I don't care. Sing, laugh, play guitar, whatever, play drums, whatever it is. It's really good for the soul.
Yeah.
However, I don't feel it should be a throw and go, so to speak, a free for all, that everyone can throw up their songs on Spotify. There should be, maybe there's the people that you have to have a certain level of credibility of an artist to upload to this side.
Yeah.
Now, everyone else, with respect, if you're a plumber and that's what you do, but you like to dabble in music and that's not what you do, but you throw it out there, oh, who knows, maybe somebody likes it and buys it. It's like winning a lottery. It's like, why? It's just people in the way. And I mean this with respect.
Yeah.
Everyone should have it, but it should be separated.
Yeah.
I think it should be separated. Again,
professionals from others. Yeah.
It's just too much noise. It's billions of people, and it's sad because, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all the social media, I mean, they're on it. They don't care. The more people, the more money, the more everything, and it's what saddened me in today's music is they always figure out a way how to take the money from the artist. They always, even back in the day, they ripped the artist off. I mean, I lost millions in this business. I mean, they always figure it out, how to take it from the artist, because the artist is the nucleus of information, of love, of messages, of energy,
of soul,
and and the people and the business side of it that doesn't have that, they feel the money side or whatever gives them that. Fine, great, I totally respect that, but let's not forget about the artist, where it came from. That's the hard pill to swallow these days. Because we do it.
I'm sure
we do this because this is what we do.
I'm sure it was hard back in the day to sign a contract and stuff, but once you got into it, then it rolls off,
Yeah, it rolls off. It's back in the day it was different. Back in the day you got, the different game. But now it's just, you got, come on, YouTube or Spotify, 0.3 cents per spin. Do you know how much it takes to make a song? I mean, nowadays, some of these guys, they do it AI and boom, boom, it's done. Guys like me, artists, we sit there and we write a song. We record the song. We spend 1 trillion hours in the studio. Like my studio here. I mean, it's a great studio. I spend so many hours in here. I make great music because that's what makes me happy. But the amount of time, energy, focus, dedication, and let's not forget money it takes to create a real a song, and the amount of people that come together to create it. It's a lot. And then, you know what? Here's 3 cents for every spin. It's like not 3 cents, 0.003. So it's like, it's tough,
Yes.
And albums, CDs, that's basically on the verge of obsolete. Albums, LPs, that is still something that still works.
Like it came back a little bit in the last 10 years.
A little bit. I mean, let's be realistic. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's what it is. So it's a little, the system is a little off. So.
I before the when was that album of yours? I fell in love with that album before the pandemic hit, maybe 2 years before it. Through Worlds of Stardust. Yeah, that was an amazing record. I loved it. It was like a comeback.
One of my favorite records.
Man, I love it.
One of my favorite records. Yeah. We're going to re-release that record coming up soon. Next year. Yeah, we're going to re-release it. We're going to add some other tracks to it. Maybe remaster it or remix it, some songs. That was one of my favorite records. I got to say, we recorded the strings in Sweden. There's great musicians on there, great mixing engineers. I mean, it was a solid record, really good.
Yes, I love it. The Lips of Rain song, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a piece of art with soul. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I agree. I wrote that song. I wrote that song. It was what people don't know, I mean, you could take that song many different ways, Love for One. But I actually wrote it when I was watching a documentary on a young kid who was hooked on heroin. And it was so sad that he was hooked on this. His family was behind him, his girlfriend trying to support him, trying to help him, because it's like the devil got a hold of you, you know?
Yeah.
And he says, he goes, look, I really don't want to do this, but I'm hooked and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm going to make it or am I going to die? And that's where it came to, that's actually where I wrote the song. I can't wait to close my eyes and kiss the lips, So that's the actual version of it.
What a great song.
Thank
you. It was a hard spin for me before the pandemic. It was amazing. How is Steelheart doing now?
Steelheart's playing all over the world still.
Yeah.
We just came back from Indonesia. Friday we got another show. We're doing we do Warrant and Winger. Nice show. We just did a big festival on Friday. Then we're playing all the time. So Steelheart is touring the world. We got another song I want to release that is really, it's a good, nasty song. I really want to release that. So we're working on that.
It's a great riff, or
legit.
Oh,
legit.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a good, solid rock and roll song.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, so I gotta. We recorded it a while ago, and I don't like. There's a couple of things I don't like that needs to be re-recorded. So, I literally put it up on the board yesterday to start on it. See where it goes.
Is that my name buddy Uroš still playing guitar?
He does. Yeah, he
Uroš,
actually was here last night. We were listening to stuff. Yeah, yeah, I do. Joe Pesha is playing in the band. Yeah. Touring. Uroš, he still plays on because he lives here, and it's like, come on over, bring the guitar.
Say hello to him from me. We talked a little bit on Facebook a while ago, because I'm also Uroš. My name is also Uroš. So
okay.
Name buddies. Yeah.
I'll let him know. Great guitar player. Fantastic.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Do you have some other news to share with the world or with me?
I do. I can't. I mean, I have this other project. It's really intense. We already did 11 songs, and I did it with Nicholas. It's a side project we're doing. Nicholas Engelin from In Flames.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the guitar player, and he left In Flames, now he's in Halo Effect, and we have recorded a lot of songs already, and it is a very exciting project because it is extremely heavy because Nicholas is a heavy guitar player. Yeah, it's nasty heavy with me singing over it, and it sounds amazing.
Wow. Great.
It sounds really good. So we are going to be mixing in November, and then we're going to start releasing stuff next year.
Oh, can't wait for that. So it's a full album, right?
Full album, but we'll release one at a time. Releasing a full album these days is just like, you might as well throw it in the garbage. You
have to be present a month after month for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. What are your maybe longer future plans in near or future? What can we expect other than the music, or that's it?
Movies. I want to do more movies. I really enjoy the acting side of it.
Yeah.
Also, music for movies. That's what this studio is here. It's on the lot, and the studio's all film, TV, Dolby Atmos. Yeah. And what do you call it? I've written a couple of movies. One that we're working on now, and which is a very exciting project. We're all excited about this one. We're writing the script now.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed, because I've already written all the music for it. And I'd like to actually film parts of it, or maybe all of it, in Croatia or somewhere on the coast there, or Dubrovnik.
The Adriatic coast. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to do that.
Love it.
Yeah. So we'll see where it goes. But there's so much. I got so much shit going on all the time.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment. I love life. I love to have fun. I love to create.
Yeah.
I love to, just do. I have so many great friends. It's this is it.
You're enjoying life. Yeah.
I am trying to do the best I can, and I will say, it's a big job being a human being.
Yeah.
We made it complicated, and just doing whatever makes me happy.
Yes.
At all times.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
I hope you can come in my show when the movie is ready, or when the next album is, so we can talk again.
Absolutely. Pleasure anytime.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mike, for being a great example of how a rock star should act, and how should look, and how should sing. And thank you for all the music through all these 35 years that I'm 43, but I've listened to you for 30 years, So
great. Well,
thank you for that. I love Steelheart. I love your voice. You're incredible for a huge part of my life in the teenage years, and
Well, I look forward to. I also look forward to coming to, back to the country. We're also just to give you. We're working on a TV show, and we're trying to get me over there to what do you call it? To do a couple of shows,
awesome.
And also film for this show. So I think I'm coming home for a minute soon.
Down there, great. I will try to visit, because it's close to me, and I'm hoping for Steelheart coming near in Europe, so I can see,
Absolutely.
Thank you for this interview.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, love to
You
all.
too.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.